Good morning, students. In the previous classes, we have discussed about various methods of turn on of SCR, that is using a dV by dt triggering, then using temperature triggering, thermal triggering, okay, and gate triggering and other things. So in the previous class we discussed. So now in this session we'll discuss about the switching characteristics of thyristors, or you can it's also called as a silicon controlled rectifier, or you can say this is also as a turn on and turn off characteristics, okay. And also explain, you can just you can get the questions like explain the turn on and turn off characteristics of SCR or thyristors, and then dynamic turn on switching characteristics. All these things we will be discussing in this session. So as we already discussed in the previous videos, BJT, MOSFET, switching characteristics, the switching characteristics of this SCR is also remains the same. Switching characteristics is nothing but how the your SCR or silicon controlled rectifiers behaves during its turn on and turn off process, okay. This is a graphical representation which will indicate the switching characteristics of your silicon controlled rectifier. So the first one will be the gate current. So this is the gate current with respect to time, the variation of current with respect to time. So it's a anode current, okay, and this is the anode to cathode voltage. So it's a gate current waveforms, anode current waveform, then anode to cathode voltage waveforms. So here, so similar, you can just see the similarities. So switching characteristics of your SCR and the BJT or MOSFET, okay, everything will be same. So the thing is, so here also we have a delay time, rise time, okay, for fall time and on time. So there also we will be having. So how to define what is delay time, what is rise time, and what is the stop time, okay, all those things we will discuss here. So this is the so here, see here, initially, so the gate current is gradually rising, okay. Once the your gate receives the required amount of the gate pulse, then the current starts flowing through anode. So if the current starts flowing through anode, then the voltage will be decreases. So if current is flowing, means the switch is on. So if the switch is closed, so voltage will be reduces. So see here, so once the gate receives the required amount of supply, your anode current will starts flowing, okay. Once the anode current will starts flowing, so the anode to cathode voltage will be go on reducing here. So this is the waveforms here. So here when the gate current is applied, current rises, voltage falls here. So there are some of the terminologies. So delay time, rise time, and the on time. So similarly fall time, everything's are there, so that we will discuss here one by one. So here the turn on or T-on of an SCR or a silicon controlled rectifier is once again subdivided into three distinct periods. So distinct periods means three periods. The turn on, as we already seen in BJT and MOSFET. So your turn on time T-on of SCR. So T-on of SCR will be subdivided into three distinct periods. So one is a TD, that is called as a delay time. So one is another is a TR, that is a rise time, another is a spread time, TS, okay. So this is three, it is divided, you can see here. So TD, TR, TS, okay. TD is the delay time, rise time, spread time. So this is the T on. So that means, so from here to here is a on period consisting of, it's a sum of delay time, rise time, and spread time. So we'll define one by one now here. So here delay time is, this is the time between the instant, okay, which the gate current reaches to 90% of its final value. So from 0 to 90% gate, see here, from 0 to, so it's nothing but TD is nothing but, so from 0 to 90%, the time required to reach from 0 to 90% is called as a delay time here. Ig is nothing but, it's initially 0, so 90%, so 0.9 Ig. So time required to reach that value is called as delay time here, okay. And the instant at which the anode current reaches 10% of its final value, okay, so it's called as a delay time. So it can also be defined as a time during which the anode voltage falls from 100% to 90% of VAK. You can see it is also defined as, so here 100% to 90%. So time required to fall the voltage, anode to cathode voltage from 100% to its 90%. So this is also called as a delay time of the SCR. Okay. So next is a rise time. So rise time is nothing but this is a time required for the anode current to rise from 10 to 90% of its final value. So you can see it's a anode current to rise from 10 to 90%. So here initially, so time TR is the rise time, this is the rise time. So 10% of anode current to 90%. So the time required to rise from 10% of anode current to 90% of anode current is called as a rise current. So initially it's a 10%. So the time, how much time is required to rise from 10% of anode current to 90% of anode current is called as a rise time of the SC or silicon controlled rectifier. Okay, so it's also defined in terms of VAK. It's a time required during which the anode voltage falls from 90% to 10%. So see here, so you can define in terms of anode current, you can define the rise current in terms of anode current, or you can define in terms of anode to cathode voltage. So here, so rise time is also defined as it's a time required to fall the voltage from 90% of VAK to 10% of VAK. So here is a 90% of VAK is a 10%. So the time required for this is called as a rise time. Okay, you can define in terms of anode current, delay time, rise time, and spread time. We can define in terms of anode current or in terms of the VAK, anode to cathode voltage. Okay, that is the this one. So during the rise time, what happens? The turn on the turn on losses are highest due to this high anode voltage VAK and large anode current IA. Because of VAK and IA, the losses are very much higher. So occurring together in the thyristor. Hence the large dissipation will take place in the thyristor. So large power dissipation during this rise time will take place. And during during rise time, there is a large power dissipation will take place, and it can be calculated as P is equal to VA into IA. Okay, VA is the anode voltage, IA is the anode current for switching losses of this is called as a switching loss of the thyristor. Next is the spread time TS. Spread time TS is nothing but the time required for the anode voltage VAK to fall from 10% to the on state voltage drop. Okay, 10% into on state voltage drop. It is a on state voltage drop will be around 1.5 volts. So from 10% of VAK to 1 volts or standard on state voltage drop, it will be reduced. So the time required for that is called as a spread time, and it is indicated as TS. Okay, and delay time indicated as TD. Okay, and rise time indicated as TR. Okay, so it's also the spread time. After the spread time, so the anode current attains the steady state value, and the voltage drop across the SCR is equal to the on state voltage drop. Okay, so the turn on of the thyristor is once again as I indicated in the figure here. So T on is nothing but this is a T on. So T on means here from 0 to some value it should increase. So that is called as a on period. So on period is the sum of delay time, rise time plus the spread time. So it is shown here. You can calculate the T on of a silicon controlled rectifier using this formula. It's a summation, or it's a sum of delay time plus rise time plus spread time. Okay, this is this one on characteristics. So what we discussed here is on characteristics. Similarly, for the off characteristics also, this is the schematic representation, or graphical representation of which will indicates the turn off characteristics of SCR. So it's also consisting of a different periods here. So TRR, TGR, okay, and various time periods are there. It's a combination, it's a sum of the different time stampings here. So once the thyristor is on, as I said, thyristor is not it's a semi-controlled device, it's not a fully controlled device. So once the thyristor is on, the gate loses its control over its operation. So gate do not have any control over its operation. Thus the thyristor can be turned off by reducing the anode current below the holding current. So as I said, the thyristor, once it is turned on, it does not have a control over its operation. So it's a semi-controlled device. So that's why what happens, so if you want to turn off the SCR, then what you have to do is you have to reduce the anode current below the holding current value. Okay, that is why So your turn off characteristics is also subdivided into two different time periods, that is a reverse recovery time TRR. It's a sum of two time periods. So one is a reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. Okay, we'll define now what is reverse recovery time and what is gate recovery time here. Okay, so your T of turn off of SCR is subdivided into two types. So one is TRR, TGR. So what is TRR? TRR is a reverse recovery time. TGR is nothing but the gate recovery time. Okay, your recovery time comprising of whatever you can call it as. So your off characteristics of SCR is consisting of is divided into two time domains or time periods. So one is reverse recovery time and the second one is gate recovery time. Okay, so the reverse recovery time TRR is defined once again. Once the what happens, so the anode current is 0. So once the anode current is 0, the device starts to turn off. So anode current, if you are flowing through the anode current flowing through the switch, if it is 0, what happens, the device starts to turn off, but not immediately it will turn off, but it will take some times to turn off. Okay, the time taken by the minority carriers, okay, presents in the PN junctions to recombine with the opposite charges and to neutralize it. Okay, that is the time required for that is called as the reverse recovery time of your silicon control rectifier. Repeat, so time which is required, so to the minority charge carriers which are present on the PN junctions of your silicon controlled rectifiers, which will recombine with the oppositely charged and then they will neutralize. Okay, so the time required for this process is called as a reverse recovery time of your SCR and it is indicated as TRR. Okay, reverse recovery time. Then gate recovery time, so it is the time taken by the charges for the recombination when the reverse voltage is maintained across the thyristors. So here gate recovery time is nothing but, so it's a time taken by the charges for the recombination when the reverse voltage is maintained across the thyristor. So whenever we are maintaining the reverse voltage across the thyristors, then the charges recombination of the charges will take place. So the time required for that process is called as a gate recovery time. So gate recovery time is indicated as TGR, gate recovery. Okay, or the time taken by the thyristor. You can also define in other words the time taken by the thyristor to change the state from on state to off state is called as a turn off state. Okay, the turn off time of SCR is a sum of reverse recovery time and the gate recovery time. So it's a summation of or sum of the reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. So the turn off time of thyristor, which will varies from around 50 microseconds to 100 microseconds, very less value. So this is about the turn on and turn off characteristics of your SCR. Okay, just a minute. Yes, turn on and turn off characteristics of your SCR. Then inverted grade thyristors. So there are some different types of thyristors we are having. So the inverted grade thyristors, the thyristors with a fast turn off time, so the very fast turn off time some thyristors are having, so of the order of 3 to 50 microseconds, so they are called as a inverted grade silicon control rectifier. So you can see, so turn off time T off will be around 3 to are called as a inverted grade thyristors. So the inverted grade thyristors are costlier and they are used in the inverters and the choppers. So they are a bit costlier compared to the other type of thyristors, but they are used in the choppers and inverter applications. Okay, then converter grade thyristors, so they have a slow turn off, so they are just opposite to the inverter grade thyristors having a turn off time of 3 to 50 microseconds, so whereas the converter grade thyristors with a slow turn off time, so they have a very quick turn off time. These are having a very slow turn off time of around 50 to 100 microseconds, and they are used in they are called as a converter grade thyristors. And these are used in the, they are very much cheaper compared to the inverter grade type of thyristors, and these are used in the phase controlled rectifiers, AC voltage controller, cyclo converter, etc. So these are the some of the applications of the converter grade thyristors. Okay, so this is about types of thyristors which are used, and on time and off time of the thyristor. T on is T off. So characteristics, turn on and turn off characteristics. Why? So we have already discussed the characteristics of different switches, T on T off, switching characteristics of MOSFET, BJT, IGBT. So this is about the switching characteristics of silicon controlled rectifier. Okay, so just brief on this one. Silicon, this is the schematic representation. T on is nothing but it's a on time of the silicon controlled rectifier is the sum of delay time and rise time and spread time. Okay, you can see delay time, rise time, spread time. So if you add all this time together, you will get the turn on, how much time is required to turn on the SCR. Okay, similarly you can define these delay time, rise time and your spread time using either using the anode current method or using the anode to cathode voltage method. Okay, this is about this one. And then the second is the turn off characteristics. Is once again it is also how much time the SCRs are taking to turn off from its on state, that is a turn off time. Once again this turn off time is also comprising, so you can see here T1, T2, T3. So TRR, this is a your reverse recovery time and it's a great recovery time. Okay, so you can this define in terms of anode cathode voltage, and also it's in terms of the forward current, you can define it. Okay, so it is comprising of two times divided into two: reverse recovery time, gate recovery time. So the reverse recovery time is already defined and the gate recovery time is also defined. So gate recovery is turn off time is once again the sum of reverse recovery time and the gate recovery time. So in addition to this, based on the how much time that the inverters are using, we have an inverter grade and a converter grade type of thyristors. So the inverter grade is nothing but they have a very fast turn off time of the order of 3 to 50 microseconds. They are called as inverter grade thyristors. They are used in the inverters and the choppers. So similarly for the converter grade type of thyristor, they have a very slow turn off time of the order of 50 to 100 microseconds, and they are used in the, they are called as a converter grade thyristors. Okay, and these are applications are used in the phase controlled rectifiers, AC voltage controllers, cyclo converters and many more. Okay, so this is about the switching characteristics of a silicon controlled rectifiers or the thyristors. Okay, in the next video we will discuss about the thyristor firing circuits, SCR firing triggering circuits, which are used in the power electronic circuits. Okay, so if you got any doubts here, you can feel free to contact. Thank you.